Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, in the first trimester, it is very difficult for you to visualize the fetal cadence, but in the second and third trimester, you should make an effort to identify the fetal cadence. So, what we have here, you can see the fetal cadence there. So, when evaluating the fetal cadence on prenatal ultrasound, it is important to assess the anatomy, the size of the cadence, echogenicity, the collecting systems, and associated abnormalities. So, if you can see the kidneys lines like that, you can exclude a lot of pathologies. So what are some of the pathologies that you can see in when ultrasound uh, when assessing the kidneys? So you can see renal agenesis, they can be absent, the kidneys. You can also check for hydronephrosis or pelvic calcium dilation of the kidney. You can check for hydroureter, multicystic dysplastic kidney like that one. You can check it on ultrasound. You can also check for polycystic kidney disease. So there are two types of polycystic kidney disease, autosomal dominant and autosomal recessive polycystic kidney disease. You can also check for duplicated collecting system. So if you acquire a nice image like that, you can see duplicated collecting system. Then you can also see ectopic kidneys, the horseshoe kidneys. They can also be renal cysts that you can identify. You can also see renal tumors if they are. That's where you can see the nephroblastomas. So you can also check for obstructive uropathy, then echogenic kidneys. So echogenic kidneys can also be caused by autosomal recessive polycystic kidney disease or congenital infections, chromosomal abnormalities that cause that, or nephrocalcinosis or renal dysplasia. So you can see it. So you can also see a renal dysplasia where the kidneys can be small or enlarged with increased echogenicity or cortical cyst, or they can be poorly differentiated. So you can also see nephrocalcinosis or duplicated ureter. So megacystitis can also be one of the things that you can exclude. So you can see that by merely demonstrating a fetal kidney, you can you see this kidney tells a lot of things because you can exclude a lot of pathologies. So you can see that's a normal kidney, and you can see how you can actually differentiate the cortex and the medulla. So this kidney is well differentiated. So the collecting system, they look fine, the medulla is fine, the cortex is fine. So this kidney is well differentiated. As you can see, there is well differentiated kidney, well differentiated kidney. So these are not just images. This is a diagnostic material. This is diagnosis. So these images, they tell a deeper story, uh, more than you just think by merely taking images and you think that that is enough. No, you have to check. You see, the renal pelvis there for dilations. You can also check for hydroureters. So this is a very nice, well demonstrated kidney. So you see the technique how I have zoomed everything so that the image becomes very clearer. It is very difficult for you to acquire nice images if you don't zoom because the kidneys, at times it becomes very difficult for you to visualize them. So you can see that we are visualizing our kidney nicely, the lower pole, the upper pole. It's very nice like that. And you can measure the interpolar distance. So you see, we can actually see the flow of blood there. You can see the flow of blood in the renal artery, and we can actually measure the waveforms there. So you can see there we have our peak uh, systolic velocity, and then we have the end diastole there. So you can see that the waveforms are very visible, and you can actually see resistance even in the utero. So some they are, for some it's very even it's even difficult for them to measure the RI on an adult patient. It would pick the signal from a renal artery, but you can see that we're able to do it in the uterus itself, in utero, sorry. So you can see that we are able to do it when you optimize the image nicely. So you can have your nice waveform there for the fetal renal artery. So you can see, and you can see it. You see it's branching from the abdominal aorta. You can see it's branching there. So you can see nicely on the RI there. So these techniques, guys, they are very critical when you're doing your anomaly or anatomy scan, so that you report on things that you are well informed of. You see, you can see nicely this the kidneys are normal size, both of them, and they look excellent, well differentiated. Normal echogenicity, they are not echogenic. You can see they nicely demonstrated. Then there is the urinary bladder there. You can see the kidney nicely there. You can see the kidney nicely there. Well optimized image. So you must cultivate the technique of doing things right like that. And if you use color, you can also see the origin of the kidney from the aorta, from the abdominal aorta. So that's your right kidney there. You can see slightly, you can see the aorta there that is pulsating there. So, ladies and gentlemen, these techniques are very critical for you to master fetal ultrasound anomaly or anatomy assessment. If you are not able to do that, it means you still got a long way in terms of performing a detail or an anatomy scan. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't just see an image, see a range of pathologies that you can exclude, and then write a detailed, well-informed report. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope it's all making sense. If you are enjoying our videos, comment, like, and share. If you've got specific areas that you need assistance on, please feel free. I will assist you at the earliest possible convenience. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Let's meet again in the next presentation. Bye.